Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Jai Hind. Historical events of 3rd April. Journey through time of 3rd April 2025, Thursday. Today is that is 3rd April, highlight in history. 1921, Robert Walpole becomes in effect the first Prime Minister of Great Britain, though he himself denied that title. 1851, Rama IV is crowned King of Thailand after the death of his half-brother Rama III. 1860, the first successful United States Pony Express run from St. Joseph, Missouri to Sacramento, California begins. 1865, American Civil War. Union forces capture Richmond, Virginia, the capital of the Confederate States of America. 1882, American Old West. Robert Ford kills Jesse James. 1885, Gottlieb Daimler is granted a German patent for a light, high-speed four-stroke engine, which he uses 7 months later to create the world's first motorcycle, the Daimler Reitwagen. 1888, Jack the Ripper, the first of 11 unsolved brutal murders of women committed in or near the impoverished Whitechapel district in the East End of London occurs. 1895, the trial in the libel case brought by Oscar Wilde begins, eventually resulting in his imprisonment on charges of homosexuality. 1920, attempts are made to carry out the failed assassination attempt on General Mannerheim, led by Alexander Walkman, by order of Eno Raja during the White Guard parade in Tampere, Finland. 1922, Joseph Stalin becomes the first General Secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union. 1933, first flight over Mount Everest, the British Houston Mount Everest flight expedition led by the Marquis of Clydesdale and funded by Lucy Lady Houston. 1936, Bruno Richard Hauptmann is executed for the kidnapping and death of Charles Augustus Lindbergh Jr., the infant son of pilot Charles Lindbergh. 1942, World War II, Japanese forces begin an assault on the United States and Filipino troops on the Bataan Peninsula. 1946, Japanese Lieutenant General Masaharu Rohama is executed in the Philippines for leading the Bataan Death March. 1948, Cold War, US President Harry S. Truman signs the Marshall Plan authorizing $5 billion in aid for 16 countries. 1948, in Jeju Province, South Korea, a civil war-like period of violence and human rights abuses known as the Jeju Uprising begins. 1955, the American Civil Liberties Union announces it will defend Allen Ginsberg's book All Against Obscenity charges. 1956, Hudsonville Standell tornado, the western half of the lower peninsula of Michigan is struck by a deadly F5 tornado. 1968, Martin Luther King Jr. delivers his I have been to the mountaintop speech. He was assassinated the next day. 1969, Vietnam War. United States Secretary of Defense Melvin Laird announced that the United States will start to Vietnamize the war effort. 1973, Martin Cooper of Motorola makes the first handheld mobile phone called to Joel S. Angel of Bell Labs. 1974, A 1974 super outbreak occurs, the second largest tornado outbreak in recorded history after the 2011 super outbreak. The death toll is 315 with nearly 5,500 injured. 1975 Vietnam War Operation Baby Lift, a mass evacuation of children in the closing stages of the war begins. 1975 Bobby Fischer refuses to play in a chess match against Anatoly Karpov, giving Karpov the title of world champion by default. 1980 US Congress restores a federal trust relationship with the 501 members of the Seabuids Canoes Kusarem and the Indian Peaks and Cedar City bands of the Paiute people of Utah. 1981 The Osborne 1, the first successful portable computer, is unveiled at the West Coast Computer Fair in San Francisco. 1989 The US Supreme Court upholds the jurisdictional rights of tribal courts under the Indian Child Welfare Act of 1978 in Mississippi, Choctaw Band versus Holyfield. 1993 The outcome of the Grand National Horse Race is declared void for the first and only time. 1996 Suspected Unabomber Fyodor Kaczynski is captured at his Montana cabin in the United States. 1996 A United States Air Force Boeing T-43 crashes near Dubrovnik Airport in Croatia, killing 35, including Secretary of Commerce Ron Brown. 1997 The Thalit massacre begins in Algeria. All but one of the 53 inhabitants of Thalit are killed by guerrillas. 2000 United States versus Microsoft Corporation. Microsoft is ruled to have violated United States antitrust law by keeping an oppressive thumb on its competitors. 2004 Islamic terrorists involved in the 2004 Madrid train bombings are trapped by the police in their apartment and kill themselves. 2007 Conventional train world speed record. A French TGV train on the LGV EST high-speed line sets an official new world speed record of 574.8 km per hour, 159.6 mile per second, and 357.2 mile per hour. 2008 ATA Airlines, once one of the 10 largest US passenger airlines and largest charter airline, files for bankruptcy for the second time in 5 years and ceases all operations. 2008 Texas law enforcement cordons off the FLDS's YFJ ranch. Eventually, 533 women and children will be taken into state custody. 2009 Jivarli Antares Ong opens fire at the American Civic Association Immigration Center in Binghamton, New York, killing 13 and wounding 4 before committing suicide. 2010 Apple Inc. released the first generation iPad, a tablet computer. 2013 More than 50 people die in floods resulting from record-breaking rainfall in La Plata and Buenos Aires, Argentina. 2016 The Panama Papers, a leak of legal documents, reveals information on 2,14,488 offshore companies. 2017 A bomb explodes in the St. Petersburg metro system, killing 14 and injuring several more people. 2018 YouTube headquarters shooting. A 38-year-old Gano man opens fire at YouTube headquarters in San Bruno, California, injuring 3 people before committing suicide. Thank you very much for your patience. Request for like, share and subscribe.